Steve, what's up? Yo, what up? I already left. Perfect, we're all on time, aside from Nav.
It's New York City, man. This is the mecca of nightlife. Industry talk, industry talk, industry talk. This is industry talk. This is industry talk.
Live and direct, baby, on the ones and twos.
It's not talked about enough. The mental psyche of a DJ traveling alone, the bottle girls, the bus boys. What specifically can you take out of nightlife that will allow you to find a job later on in life? No,
industry.
Yeah, but it's something to talk about.
It matters, it really matters.
Those people are trying to put us on more than we're trying to put each other on. Boom, that was my answer. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
And we out. One.
There's not a shelf life to this game. There's just the shelf life that you set for yourself.
We here, man. Industry Talk with Big Ben.
I'm here with the Jason Experience.
We are here at Industry Talk.
This is Industry Talk.
It's the Kid Daytona, and I'm out here with the Jason Experience.
This isn't a pizza you put in the microwave at 3 minutes and you come back and it's ready. It takes time. It took me half a decade to just be relevant. Welcome back to the Function House, DJ Beatbreaker, Jason Experience, back in Brooklyn, New York. We have Brooklyn's very own in the building, DJ Toro.
What up? What up?
For real, I think literally no introduction needed. Like, I usually have a whole rollout.
The legend.
Yeah, literally
DJ
the legend. And a little reunion here, a little 92.3 reunion here, right?
A little bit.
How was that reunion? Shout was that? Was that Tiggs out there that did that?
That was actually
the
club.
nightclub.
Yeah, the
They
club.
bought that together. That was incredible. How was that night?
It went really well, really well.
You guys all back on the same stage. Davey was there too. Everybody, man.
Just missing one person, my man.
It was
Yanni.
so
What's
good
Yanni?
that we're even thinking about doing a tour
A full tour?
all over Jersey.
Oh, nah.
It was that good.
It was, but you know what it is? This is what we're missing. We're missing you guys. We're missing DJs missing the feeling. I feel like DJs miss that feeling of creation.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you guys been told to be put in this box. And now it's been like, all right, you know what? I'm sick and tired of going against the grain. I'm just going to be like, all right, you want me to spin this? God damn it, I'll spin it. I'll brand the way you want me to brand, and I'm just not going to create anymore. And to see you guys coming together and want to create again and want to come back together again, it's dope, man. It's dope. It really is dope to see.
It was a lot of fun.
What do you talk to me about some of the new things you've been working on, man? You just got the new job at Music Choice.
Yeah, man, it's been crazy. Since the station went away, I've started working at Music Choice. I programmed the rhythmic station there, which is pretty much like what 92.3 was. But the different thing with Music Choice is I program to the whole country. You know, we're in 65 million homes, so I kind of get to have a little more leeway with music and have some fun with it. I'm breaking new artists.
You're from Brooklyn, New York. You've come a long way in branding. And I want to say this for real. I mean, I only know you for 5 years, but after doing the research that I did, come a long way. Tell the youth at home how important it is to really grow your brand and clean it up.
Branding is huge. I mean, everybody, well, now it's a whole different story because of social media and how social media lies. But when I was younger, it was more of building a brand in the clubs and building your brands with the space that you're in, the promoters, making friendships, and you know, showing people what you do and continuously doing great. You know, you have to continuously build on it so you can get another spot and try to go from there and move on and so on and so forth.
What's the first New York City gig for DJ Toro? Take us all the way back.
Oh, man. That was... You're dating me, bro.
Gotta give me a ballpark, something.
Oh, man, this is going back to like Sound Factory.
Wow. So you've seen turntables, you've seen Serato, you've seen Ableton.
There's so much positive and negatives. You know, the negatives about it is that, you know, we got a lot of everyone's a DJ thing, but there's also is like, you know, you can't front that you're not happy, you have a cell phone rather than going to your home phone and having a wire go across the living room while you're talking on it.
Facts.
You got to show love to the
like
fact
that.
of like the way things move and progress, but it's just the way you use it.
Now, a lot of the guys, let's say in when you're using turntables back in the day, obviously radio edits and all those other good things are really hard. Are not you can't do that really. I really did enjoy your style too. It was a very unique style. You both had Jersey Club, but it was in a balanced, But how did you make that transition from turntable now to Serato and so comfortably too?
Oh, I went through, turntables, CDs, Serato, and first of all, it was a huge break on my back carrying all the records. But it sucked for your boys because back in the day, that was the way to get your boys in the club for free. Your man's carried all your records for you. That's how they got in. But it's still, it's a great way to have more to your liking, more to what you want to play, to read the crowd, because that's the biggest part, is reading your crowd and seeing which way they want to go. When you say Jersey Club, because if it's what's happening right now and I can get a vibe off of it, I try it and see what's going here and there. You have to be able to take that leap and try different things to see what the reaction is, so you can kind of go back and think about it, like, all right, maybe I'll try this differently when I go to a new place.
You've rocked rooms of, let's say, 5,000, 10,000, then rocked rooms, really, really small rooms. Now, to the naked eye, I see a lot of these guys come in, these opening DJs, and they think they're doing EDC every single club they go to. They think they're doing ultra. Like, I walk in, this guy's throwing down Alesso edits and stuff at like 11:15. You know what I mean? And tell the DJs back at home the difference of small room, big room, opening up a small room, because this is their thing, right? This is where it gets me. They tell you, oh, well, if you watch Alesso open up for, let's say, Borgore at the Festival of Bumblefuck, he goes this hard. And that's their rationale. So tell the DJs back at home, the really young ones that are ignorant, the difference between big room DJing, small room DJing, opening DJing. Overall.
No, you gotta. That's kind of hard, and here's the reason why I say that. If the DJ is kind of going out like that, is because he loves the music. Sometimes you get an edit. It's like, man, I can't wait to hear what this sounds like in the club. I remember when I first started out. Thank God I had friends that taught me when to program and when to play songs at a certain time. If you love a song, man, and if you're a DJ, you love music, at the end of the day, because, I could flip it on you and say, if you're going to do an interview, you're going to do an interview like you're on television, or you're going to do it as if you're doing it in your room. You're going to do it at the biggest way that you can, no matter what. So to those DJs, what I try to tell them is, like, I don't really try to get on them in a way like, yo, that's bad, that's terrible, you're a terrible guy, you shouldn't be doing that. It's more like, that's where learning your craft comes into place, respecting the game, respecting, having love for it, and that comes with time, and that comes with other DJs like myself or anyone else that comes on after them to kind of be like, put your arm over them and say, yo, you should try it this way, rather than saying, nah, don't get that guy anymore because he's just going to play terrible.
They should be going out too.
Yes.
They should be going out, listen to the opening DJ.
That's a
Listen to
super
the
important
vibe.
point. That's a super important point. These guys think that if they're not DJing, they shouldn't be in the club.
It shouldn't be their first time opening and seeing
Exactly.
that crowd. They should be going out every night that it's open and see the opening DJ, see the vibe, see what's going on.
And I want to say shout out to Funk Flex. I booked Funk Flex for the first time at Le Souk. He came the week before, sat through 2 hours of a set, watched the DJ spin, watched the room, watched the crowd, then came the next week. And that's Funk Flex.
Yep.
So you're telling me if I book you to open a room, you're not gonna come check it out before? So to your point, I think that's a really great point.
And it goes back to the point of how much do you really love the music.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, if you really love this craft, if you really love to be a DJ, then check it out. See what's going on. If I go to a spot, try to get there at least an hour and a half early, feel the crowd out, see what's going on. Really show your love for it by respecting it. You know what I mean? Like, just go, check it out. If you know that you can't do this, don't try it. Respect it, love it, go for it, man.
The music part, as you said, you're a lover of music. So that part, I'm sure, came naturally, and over time, you got good at it. You're one of the most comfortable guys in the mic. Daniel, am I wrong? One of the most comfortable guys I've ever seen on the mic.
Yeah.
So
I started, it wasn't that easy.
That's what I'm saying. So take me through that transition. How did you get,
I've heard him from when he started on the radio till the end. Amazing.
Yeah, when I was started on it was
So how did you transition to that? How did you get comfortable?
practice. Just keep on going, keep on trying. You know, when I first started rocking a microphone in the club, I didn't know what I was doing. I was literally that guy talking in the shower. You know what I mean? Like I had to. It's something that you have to do. It's something that you have to learn. You know, that's when I did mobile DJing. That helped me out a lot too, like doing Sweet 16s, weddings, and stuff like that. Like that, I did it because I loved the music. I loved all different styles of music, and I knew it. I had to figure out how to interact with these people because, right? I mean, there's two different styles now too. Like the clubs that I started off talking on the mic to versus now, it's a lot harder to really cut through. You know, you gotta like really get through to people. Before it wasn't as hard because you didn't have phones or people that were kind of doing other things on social media at the same time. But practice, man, practice with everything. You know, you gotta, and if you sound bad, you're gonna sound bad. But if you don't mess up, that's not how you're gonna learn.
When I just got back from Mexico, and my whole role in Mexico was just emceeing. I mean, I don't really MC in my parties. I don't have the time to it. I don't really think I book DJs who are good DJs. I'm not gonna interfere. You guys do your job. I stay out of it. You guys need a drink, holla at me. I'll probably holla at you before you holla at me for a drink. But you know what I mean. You know, I always got you with that 6-pack of Corona in the back from VIP. So
absolutely.
I just came off it, and you know what? One of the biggest things I've learned was you don't look for a reaction. Everything you say isn't supposed to get a reaction. You're also white noise at points. And I think that's a really big key that really taught me, like, not everything is a moment. In 2019, we want everything to be a fucking moment. You know what I mean? Everything's a presentation. Everything's a build-up, a drop. Everything's a moment. We forgot, like, simple, like, word. Like, I remember with DJs, like, at Catch on Wednesdays back in the day, Rick Wonder used to throw down these sets where he used to just do wordplay. There was no drops. It was incredible. He'd go 70s, 80s, 90s, thousands. It was like HBO. It was like that Netflix special where they're just giving you the documentative, like all the documentative like hits. Yep. But he was hitting it with wordplay, and it was super interesting to me, and it kept a great vibe going.
And that's tough to do too, because a lot of spots, you know, a DJ could do some dope sets of wordplay, and nobody knows what's going on.
Nobody.
But then you have a DJ like, oh, I got that. That made sense. You know, the way I look at it, like going back to like what you were talking about with hosting and getting on the mic, and it's like almost every other thing that happens when you're DJing is that it's like a drum solo. And the way that I compare that to is like when you're listening to a rock song, the whole rock song isn't the drum solo. The drum solo is the drum solo. It has its spot. It has a spot where it takes its shine. Like you have to know when and where to go. Not do it too much, not do it too little, but you're still making a point and getting it through.
You've interviewed artists, celebrities.
Crazy.
We can name. There's a list. You guys can go on YouTube, and they're not small names either. You know, but take me to the transition from like your first like interview from DJ, because I know it's way two different fields. You know, DJing, you're not looking at anybody. You're looking at the crowd. And basically you see a huge crowd. When you look at one person, everything stops. And it's you and that person. It's a whole different ball game.
My first interview ever, true story ever, that I did with the radio station was with Katy Perry. You know what that's like? Yo, I was so shook. I was so shook. I literally called my boss. I was like, yo, I don't know, man. This is about to happen. I was supposed to be put out here just to kind of help people get where they got to go. And he's like, nah, and then on top of that, I wait online where all the other guys from different radio stations from across the country were ready to interview her, and they're like, all right, you're up next. I'm like, what? Well, you're in New York, you go first. Yo, so
you had to put on
that interview. My first sentence to her was, yo, I've never done an interview before. And she was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you're my first person on interview. She's like, oh, this is great. And that's what made it comfortable. Like,
she was super sweet.
Just being real and just being honest, you know, and just accepting what that role is.
But is that the mantra throughout the career, though? Isn't that the mantra right there? Like, just, yo, this is what it is. Let's stay humble. Let's just keep grinding.
Enjoy it, man. Have fun. Like, I was nervous for every place that I played, every spot that I walked into. I was always
nervous. From New York, then you go to Jersey. Tell me how that transition happened as well.
Well, Jersey's where more of it started for me. Mm-hmm. And that was because I worked at this place called Hunka Bunka, huge spot in Sayreville. And the guy that was doing the hip-hop room, Mike G, he was the guy I was working for doing mobile, Sweet 16s, all that stuff. His thing was booming. Business was growing. He's like, yo, you're going to have to kind of like take over. I can't really do this anymore. And I got thrown into that, and I just went from there. Then DJs came because the guys who owned Hunka Bunka owned DJs. They put me on down there, and it just went from there.
When do you decide to sign? Aren't you signed to Scam?
Yes, that's actually new.
Yeah, so
That's
when
new.
you decided to Scam? Oh no, we're updated. Like I don't play around.
I've always wanted to be a part of that crew, and I was always sending in tapes and stuff like that. But every time has its purpose. You know, if something's gonna happen, it's gonna happen at the time that it's supposed to happen, not when you want it. You know what I mean? So it just happened right now, where I had a relationship with Sujit, and we finally got to talk and chop it up, and it happened. You know, it was something where you kind of sit back and like, damn, I didn't have to really go at that. Like, it's something that happened naturally. Like, a lot of things that people have to understand is they try so hard for different things, and, you know, so much focus on who they're supposed to be, who they're supposed to do, who they're supposed to be as a person, when if you just be who you are, this shit will just come naturally to you.
No, so I relate to that so much because the way I look at it is when I was really young, you know, I was told by this kid one time, yo, you're the second best. Like, you're the second best basketball player in this class. And it was true. Like, there was one kid who was like way better than me, and I was the second best. And I realized over time that, you know what, I was really mad about it. But in 2019, 2018, as I start to grow, I realized I've been second, but I've been steady. So because of everybody being so erratic, up, down, up, down, up, down, my little steady horse that's been steadily just been right here in my lane, steadily looking head down, just on my horse.
Yep.
But because I steadily went like this, and everybody's so up and down, people fell off, and that consistency is what really got me through it. You've consistently been the poster boy for radio stations and shows, and
It's
that's
all different though, man. Like,
but
everybody
you've
has up and
consistently
downs.
branded and you never throw a fit. You understand what I'm trying to say? There's never a time where you're like, God, like, there's no erratic movement. It's like, all right, Toro's doing his thing. Toro's doing his thing. Even when you went 92 to Music Choice, nobody was surprised.
Because I didn't show it.
Exactly, because there's no flex. It's not like, thank you to this person, thank you to that person, big announcement coming, I'm signed to Scam. No, I had to dig.
It's different now, man, and that, I believe that just came with me growing in age. Like, everybody has their ups and downs, man. When I lost 92.3 on that put me through a big depression stage, man. You know, I kind of felt like I fell off. I was going to clubs. I'm that type of DJ where I hear the song kind of the 2 or 3 ahead of what I'm gonna play, and I wasn't having it. I was like, yo, what's happening right now? Like, my mind was all messed up. I went through a lot of things in my personal life, but I kept it to myself and handled what I had to handle. I didn't go to social media to go try to get handouts or try to get people to feel sorry for me, because, you know, that was what's supposed to happen in my life. And I just had to go with it, and I had to kind of build through it. Music Choice happened because it happened at the time it was supposed to happen. I was still struggling with that because I went from radio to program a station, and I'm like trying to get a grasp on that. But what you said is that, you know, I wasn't out there on social media kind of posting here or there, you know, I wasn't going to say I got this, I got that. You know, if I'm going to say some things, I keep it to my friends and my family. I keep it real with them with what's happening, and then just let everything kind of speak for itself.
The mental state of a DJ isn't talked about enough. Me and Daniel spent, I don't know, phone conversations, texting. Really, on the road, we talk all the time. At least I try. I really try to keep up, you know? And it's not talked about enough, like being on the road alone, being up there and not ever interacting with the crowd. You never get that closure. You never really get the closure, like, your best friends hype you up, it was great, and then you find out 3 months later that one GM hated your set and you're mad as hell. You know what I mean? And this is the stuff that you go through. 10,000 people can like you, but if 2 influential people don't like you, you're not getting booked again.
Not even that. The ups and downs of this business. You're rocking 1 second. You're off the next weekend. There's a lot of emotions that go into this game.
So how do you stay stable? How do you guys stay stable throughout all this?
Some people don't. Some people really don't. Yeah. You know, it's really, really tough. You know, you kind of rely on your friends and your family for that. But, you know, my bookings aren't consistent as it was before, but at the same time, things changed in my life, you know what I mean? And I had to accept it, and going back to that part of who I was trying to be, like, I got to stop doing that, like, just be this person that I am right now. And that's still hard to get to, but, you know, you just got to take your downs as blessings, you know what I mean? Like, everything everybody has their down that they're gonna come up from. It's harder now because of social media. It's harder now because, especially as a DJ, you think you have so many friends that are really not your friends. They're people that kind of are there for the ride. They're just kind of see where you can kind of, I can get this, or I can share this, or, you know, whatever have you. But you'll learn it. You kind of grow through it. It takes time to kind of weed everybody out. But you know, I've had discussions with many people that had like depression and things that they went through, and you know, you gotta look at it as it's crazy because this is just how I talk. You know, when you look at a seed or anything to that nature, you know, it has to get put in the dirt. You put a seed in the dirt, like nobody wants to be in dirt. It's dirty, it's dark, it's cold, it's lonely, it's nothing there. But if you water it right and you take care of yourself right, it turns into whatever it's supposed to be. So, you know, at that time, it's just for a little time. You gotta get through it.
And I think it's also like the seed doesn't see the growth. You know what I mean? You can't see, meaning like the seed can't see the top. You know what I mean? You can't see how much more soil you got to go up to, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's scary for a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys, there's no residencies anymore. You have had residencies at Harrah's. You've had residencies in different places all over the world. I believe even Japan.
I had Pasha. You know, all the spots, but
they don't have it anymore. We don't have consistency no more. You know what I mean? Daniel, I mean, okay, you're not really the quintessential DJ. You know what I mean? You hold your residencies. But again, even how hard was that to obtain? You know what I mean? In this era.
Earned that from the beginning.
I wanted Atlantic City for years, and it recently happened.
But he earned that for a long time, from the beginning, from making his edits.
I could have walked in there just like every other DJ and been like, I could sell all these tables. Give me a set. But I wasn't like that. I was like, I want you to know who I am. I want you to know my brand.
That's the important part, trying to outgrow. And I think, shout out to Sal Clutch, who came up here a couple weeks ago. He brought up that point as well, how you guys, the DJ has to be a household name before the venue so they can respect you.
It's tough too, man, because, you know, we had this conversation a little earlier. I feel like clubs, they're like, whole thing that they put together just worked so great. And what I mean by that is that it went from, when I was younger and I was going to a club, I'd go to Sound Factory at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and hear Jonathan Peters because I want to hear what he's going to play next. That doesn't happen anymore.
Well, a lot of them don't care.
A lot of clubs ain't even open till 3 o'clock in the morning.
They don't care about the DJ no more.
Nah.
But they do care about where they are.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm at One Oak, I'm here, I'm at Marquee, I'm here. Before it used to be, I'm here to see this person, I'm here to hear that person. Like I used to hear a song and go searching for it like crazy. So it's a tough road, man. It's a tough road for everybody.
It's all about who you know.
Yeah. Again, so okay.
Plain and simple.
Let's change gears for a little bit for a second. You take a guy like Big Ben, right? Well, I watched Big Ben spin.
Beast.
The most incredible part about watching Ben spin is he doesn't pick the next song. Like, he doesn't stutter. He's spinning, he types in the next song, and whatever that song is, that's the song. And that's supreme confidence.
It's experience.
But it's, you know, it's every 8 seconds. He's not waiting. So it's like, let's say 15, 20 seconds.
It's like I told you, kind of knowing your songs ahead of time, what you want to play. But Ben's brain with music is like, I love hearing Ben play because he just loves all different types of genres of music that he just knows how to work it all together. Clutch, too, is one of the best. Like, when I was coming up, is around the same time that Clutch was coming up, and watching him, I'm like, damn, this dude is a beast, like, in what he does. So it's like, and that goes back to the beginning of us talking about, you know, DJs and learning the music and loving the music. Like, go check these guys out. Instead of thinking that you're just better than them, go show them love and go check it out. Go check out what they're about. And that also is going to help you build your brand and to make you not be the same as everybody else, because you're going to see what you hear exactly all the time and how you can be different. You know, and people are afraid to be different but it's like that in the everything, in jobs all over, because you're afraid to be different. You're afraid to lose what you have, because then if that's gone, you're screwed even worse.
You need
so
to find out what you're good at.
Yeah, you got to
then show it off. That's it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to give you, okay, let's be honest. I'm not going to give you the opportunity to show up. That's what I'm trying to explain. I'm all behind you guys. You guys know this. Every time I
Show
book
off
DJs.
in music?
But in the music, I get so upset when DJs go right field on me in situations.
You don't have to show off with music.
No.
As
What,
DJs?
when you say show off, what you mentioned know what
do
you're
you
good
s-
at and show that off.
Yeah, what do you
Musically.
see me as outside the nightclub?
Okay, so
I
that's
do edits. I travel.
so you're talking about other things.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not. I'm talking about.
Exactly.
I'm talking about musically, specifically going
That's
different.
tough.
It's very
in
tough
today's
because
world.
we're not
in
going
the
to give you
nightclub.
that ability
No one
to go
cares.
left field.
Yeah. No one cares.
Unless
You
the
gotta play
party
the
is
same set.
curated for that, like a Catch Wednesday, like Jonas mentioned Electric Room on Thursday, like Select is doing on Thursday downtown Chinatown. You know, there's so many guys right now.
But see, that happens to go back to like what I told you with the spots, is that if you were at a spot where you're looking forward to what the DJ that was going to be playing, you would listen to what he played and what he was there for. You booked him for that specific reason because he does this.
Yep.
You know, that's where that hardship comes into place. If you don't have it coming where I'm going to go see this DJ because I want to hear this DJ, I'm just going to this club because it's this club, that DJ has to play what that club is, your person is used to hearing there. And these guys that kind of go right, sometimes it goes bad, but sometimes it goes great. And when it goes great, you know, you just remember that and move forward from it. But if it goes bad, dude, you tried.
So, what's the solution? How do we now let DJs play whatever the hell they want to play in the club, while them still understanding that, hey, we got to make our money as well. We want to give DJs leeway. I want to do so. I love listening to you guys go left and right. I love it. Personally, I want to just go. But how do we now create balance that the people will enjoy the DJ's music as well? And I'll give you my solution as well after you see if we can debate a little bit.
It's trust, man. If you put that DJ in there, they got to let them do what they got to do. And if they don't, then they don't. You know, that person, they have to, and that's the problem even now when it comes to new music, man. Sometimes a person can get upset because you might not think that people are rocking to a new song, but they will be in 2 weeks. I remember doing a spot, bro, and I played the Cardi B and Bruno Mars, and nobody did anything. I'm like, wait about a month, you're going to be asking
I
me
just
for the
played
song.
the new Marshmello the other day. That's gonna be
Yeah.
dope.
But right now, it's just
Everyone's just looking.
send me
at
that
like,
record. Play that record.
Can you play Tatiana?
But see, that's going back to that is like, if you don't give these guys the ability to take those chances, especially on new music,
Yeah.
it's gonna get boring.
So this is what I've been trying to do. I'm a personal guy. So the way I look at business is the more times I interact with you, the more chances are you're probably going to support me. So now let's say like if I don't do something that kosher, if I'm really good friends with you for 8 weeks, you're probably not going to be like, you'll be like, I'll let it slide. Like I'll just pay the cover this time, whatever. You know? Let's take the same with DJing. If I now hire the same 10 DJs for 5 years, my crowd finally knows who the DJs are. They finally know Beat Breaker's coming up because they've heard Beat Breakers 6 times. They know Wick Wonder's coming up. They know Shortcuts is coming up. They know Big Ben's coming up. They know Ammo's coming up. I finally have people hit me up and go, yo, Rick is coming this Thursday, bet I'm there. Ammo's coming this Thursday, bet I'm
That's
there.
a big thing in New
and
York
I
City.
finally brought it back by booking the same guys and being really strict. No, I'm not booking people differently. And I have waitresses. That's super key. Nobody understands this. All right, ready? Let's say I now go book Beat Breaker at Barcode, and he spins a full EDM set. Every single waitress at Barcode is Latina. They want reggaeton. They want their dance hall music. They want their island music. These girls are in the GM's
Shout out
ear.
to Eddie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Eddie, facts.
Eddie G.
But these girls are in the GM's ear the whole night. Oh, my clients aren't, I'm not dancing. And they don't really know, not all of them really know how a set should be spun, but they're the girls who have the influence. You understand? So for me, it's like if I have my bottle girls on the DJ side, they're tripping good stuff in the GM's ear. He's tripping good stuff. Everybody's winning. But I got to find a roster that I can just develop and continue, just like the major leagues.
It's tough, man. I mean, what would you do if somebody came into the club and was ready to buy out the bar, but they wanted to hear Bruce Springsteen?
Open up another bar. No, you're right. You're right. No, this is the ongoing problem. This is the ongoing
That's the
problem.
back and forth on it. You know, that's where it goes to people wanting to hear who the DJ is, and you know, shouts to you and giving these guys these constant positions, because you know what? In essence, that's like the new version of what a residency is, and how it's kind of going and flowing, and where people used to go because they were just used to loving the music that was going on in there, you know. But talking about different spots, and in order for you to grow, you have to take chances. if you're constantly doing the same thing, you're not moving anywhere.
So you gotta add.
It's the actual like definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over again, thinking that you're going to get the same results every single time. You can't do that, you know. And if you're going to try something else, you just got to be, you got to have one, you got to be a DJ that understands the music to take that shot to go a different place. And it happened in radio with us, because on the real, people didn't book us in the beginning because we were radio DJs, and it came with a stigma that, oh, if you're on the radio, you're kind of this like bland, vanilla, you know, whatever. So we took it personally to try to make sure our mixes were different, you know, and show respect to it. So you have to take those shots. If I had a song in the radio where this is like the big song at the time, you know, you have to learn how to use that as a crutch to get to different places to try. If you're going to try a new song, you got that new song going, but get ready to hit them with something that they're going to keep going afterwards. So it's almost like, a what? But okay, I can keep going. You know what I mean? You got to learn how to sandwich things. You got to learn how to use music to your advantage, read the crowd and which way that they're going. You know, you can't just play. Of course, it sucks to play like 5 or 6 new songs back to back. When I first started, that's what I would love to hear, new music. But you kind of just got to maintain a flow, and that's just like programming your sets, knowing where you're going to go. Big Ben, knowing I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there. I can take it here now. Like, that's why his brain is so freaking dope when it comes to DJing. And that's what I try to do with my stuff, is I'm like, I'm going to try to introduce this song, but I got to make sure I put it between a couple of songs that's going to keep people going and keep people flowing. Like, I don't want to lose people at the crowd, bro. I don't want to go in there and just keep going right field and it's going to go crazy. If I go right and it's not going the right way, I got to go right back to the middle. So you kind of have your songs ready to bring you right back to the middle. You know, it's programming, and that comes with learning and loving the craft, loving the music. You hear these songs, a lot of these new songs that are coming out, being sampled by older tracks. Find that old track that they use. Educate people. This is the song that was used for that. You know what I mean? Everybody samples everything. You know, you can use it to your advantage and kind of make yourself different from everybody else.
You got the Jordans on. You got the Yankee fitted on. You've DJ for the Knicks. You wear New York on your back. Mm-hmm. Tell me what it's like to have that chip on your shoulder, repping New York like that.
It's a bigger thing for me because growing up in New York and Brooklyn, 33rd Surf, Old Dwyer Gardens projects, it was I think it was the greatest thing for me.
Coney Island kid, right?
Bro, I loved it. I'm so happy that I grew up in that era because I got exposed to so many different styles of music. And I mean, it was tough too. It's hood. Everybody goes through what they go through. My family goes through what they go through. But it's a matter of kind of showing people that, you know, you could start here, but you can just go wherever you want. You don't got to stay stuck in one place. And that's not even a knock to it, because I love coming home. I loved coming here and crossing the Verrazano, even though that shit's expensive. You know what I mean? Like, I love coming home. Like, I love it here. But at the same time, it's the same place here. My mom got mugged 3 times. She wanted us out of there. She wanted us out of the hood. She didn't want us to be there anymore. So when you as you grow, you want to go to these places that kind of make it more comfortable for you and kind of succeed in life.
So tell them where you're at now, what you have coming up.
Now,
on your social media.
Now I live in Jersey. I love it there. Still doing my music choice now. Still doing the clubs here and there. Trying not to burn the candle at both ends. And you know, social media, DJ Toro, Instagram, and you know, just anybody, like any of these DJs that ever want to kind of learn more about, especially when it comes to programming stuff and how to try to put different things in, yo, just DM me. I'm always down to help.
Do you think you have an internship program for Music Choice at all? If people are interested?
It's crazy because we did do that in the beginning. And funny story, before everything is get cut up, 4B was there for it.
Really?
And Bobby would come through, and the guy I was on air with at the time, Tic Tac, you know, I remember a true story that Bobby's mom called us and was complaining because he liked music too much, and she was like, nah, I can't have him do this. And we literally told him, like, your son is a beast, and he's great at what he does. And he did what he did. Wow. You know, a lot of interns that came through, I got interns that are all on radio right now. They're all doing some different things. So it's always great to help other people out, to kind of help them come up and grow. And, you know, a lot of the older DJs, we should definitely take a lot of the younger DJs under our wings, show them love, you know, not really, because when you complain about things, that's what makes you old.
Whew. Make some noise for DJ Toro.
Oh, man.
Some heat. A lot of heat today, man.
Beat break up.
Super happy I came out. Thank you so much.
Yeah, what up? It's the Kid Daytona, and I'm out here with the Jason Experience, non-fiction radio and all that. It's NYC all day, Daytona,
Sip
Jason
champagne and
Experience.
champagne friends now. Get slow neck from chicks, no hands now. I don't rest, I'm up where the money at. Broke niggas line no like a thundercat. I zone out and V's they got
Started
no
rapping with my homeboy Lord Lux. Lux was like Jay-Z to me, number one, Pharrell, Mother Lion, Scott Storch, straight time business. I would rock a Mordecai chain, iced out. If I was retarded, I would never do it, but I'm single.
niggas came through with the tech. Hit your bitch.